G'day folks, it's Cortezarino. My simple automatic carrot or potato farm has received a really warm response, and if you haven't seen it before, I'll put the link in the description. It's a really easy design that does not require the villager to throw the food at another hungry villager. You see, he's just walking along those pressure plates, and every time he steps on one, it triggers a block update, and the carrots or potatoes will pop out of the ground and be collected by hopper minecarts underneath. Now, a few people have asked me, can we make this farm produce more crops, or should we just build multiple cells? Well, you certainly can make it produce a lot more. You see, I designed this farm to be small and compact, but the speed of the farm is limited by how many crops are growing. You see, the villager plants the crops faster than they're growing, so eventually he has to wait for more to grow. So, all you need is more crops. And here it is. You can see this farm is much larger than the other one, but it is essentially the exact same design. I've just built 4 of them here back to back, and we've got much more room for growing crops. And you see I've got 2 villages in there at the moment, but there aren't many fully grown crops in there, so that means you'd only need 1 villager in here for a farm this size. I just put in 2 because I wanted to see how they would interact, because if you wanted to go even larger than this, you could just knock out one of these walls, leaving the lights where they are, and build another one right beside it, and you could continue doing that forever if you wanted to, and you could have infinite amounts of carrots or potatoes. One thing you would not want to do, though, that I tried out, you wouldn't want to leave the wall in place and then build another one right beside it for, like we've got carrots in here, maybe you want to grow potatoes over here. If you have them too close, the villagers sort of come to the wall and are wondering what the other guy's up to in there. It's okay if they can get to each other, but as soon as you put a wall in the way, they get very suspicious of who's on the other side, and it slows them down. So what you can do, if you wanted to build 1 for carrots and 1 for potatoes, either leave a gap more than 6 blocks or so, or this farm is tileable. That central column in the middle, you could turn that into a hopper chain and build the other farm above. So like before, this farm is a very basic design, not much to it at all, and it's really easy to build. So let's get started. First you want to find your center point of the farm, place down a block and then place a block on each side, and then build up your central column by 2. Now grab yourself some dirt, and coming out from these blocks on the side, place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll do that for each one. These are the dimensions for the farm we're going to build, so we're going to turn it into a square now, so just bring the dirt all the way across in each corner, like so. Now before we fill in all the dirt, I want you to place dirt blocks in each of these corners here, and then grab some blocks of choice and place them on the sides like so, and once you've done that, you can grab your dirt again and fill in the rest. Once you've done that, just double check your dimensions. You should have a square that's 13 blocks by 13 blocks. Now come underneath, and using some slabs, we can start in one of these pieces of dirt right in the corner, place down a slab, and we're going to build a square that's 5 by 5 around the center. Now you don't need slabs in all of these spots, but it makes it a bit easier for me to show you how to build this. Now we're going to build our collection and storage system. Now I've just designed a really basic one over there, but it's up to you what you want to do. But you will need hopper minecarts underneath each of these pieces of dirt. So to begin with, grab some chests, and against this slab here, place a chest. Against this one here, place a chest. And now we can build these to the ground, make them double chests. We'll do the same on this side. Then grab yourself some hoppers, place 1, 2, 3 into the back of the chest, same again there, and then coming out from the top hopper, place 2 more, like so. Now come up above and place rail there, 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 and there, and you can put your hopper minecarts on top. Now it's really important, don't break the rail, leave it there, because that lifts the hopper minecart up just enough that it can reach the crops above. If you break the rail, it'll fall down and be too low. Now on these exposed hoppers, just place some furnaces to cut down on a bit of lag. Now this does look a little bit ugly, but to make it a bit better looking, just place some upside down stairs on top of these chests. You need stairs, not solid blocks, so you can still open the chests. And then just fill it in however you like, and it looks a little bit more presentable. Now we're going to start building our walls. So to begin with, we'll just build the bottom layer. So all the way around, like so. And you don't need a block in that corner, you can delete that. So once you got the first layer in, grab yourself some glass and come right to the center of your wall and place a glass block right on top and then 2 on each side of that. And then you can place your lights on top. I think it looks good to have 5 like that, but if you want to be conservative, you can just use those 3 there and we'll place blocks in the middle. So you can use sea lanterns, glowstone or redstone lamps, and we're going to go ahead and do that on each side and still place the glass in there even if you've got like a solid wall behind it, because we need the lights to be able to shine in to the farming area there. So once they're in, go ahead and build your wall up another 2 blocks. Now we've got a few things to do before we put a roof on. The first thing you can do is grab some stone pressure plates and put one on top of each of your blocks of choice. Remember, these have to be stone, don't put wooden pressure plates in there. Now we're going to add some water. So right in the corners here, break that block and we've got our slab underneath, and you can place a bucket of water in each of these spots, and that's enough to hydrate all of our land just here. Then on top of that, place some carpet so our villagers don't fall in. So just crouch and place it against the edges of the pressure plates. Not like that, like that. Now I want you to hit F3 and we're going to look at our block light. So come along to one of these pieces of dirt right in the middle here, and you should have block light of 6 when you're standing on each of these, which means the light in the block above that piece of dirt has a light level of 7, which isn't enough for plants to grow. So when the villager plants it and then steps on a pressure plate, it will trigger a block update and it'll pop out of the ground. Now, as soon as we put the roof on, we run the risk of having mobs spawn on these blocks. So go ahead and till them now, and that way you're not going to get any mobs spawning there. But don't till the rest just yet, because sometimes the villagers, when you're getting them in here, can fall through one of those tilled pieces of earth. So till it after you've got your villager in. Now we can put our roof on, and it's going to be at this level, so blocking those bits of light just there, but the lights can still shine down through the glass and will cover this entire thing. So now it's time to get your villager inside. So the easiest way to do it would either be to put him on a minecart rail or even get him in a boat and just paddle him into here and then break the boat and let him run away. Just make sure that it's a brown-robed villager, not a butcher or a blacksmith. If they've got the white apron or the black apron over the top, this isn't going to work. So now that your villager is in place, you can go ahead and till all of the earth. So now you can go ahead and plant all of your crops. So this will do either carrots or potatoes. I wouldn't go mixing both kinds in the same farm. I'd build a separate one for carrots and a separate one for potatoes. Remembering that if you want to build it above, just replace that with a hopper chain so it can link in with the rest of your storage. And don't go planting in these 4 pieces of tilled earth in the center there. That's for him to plant. If you forget and you accidentally plant one, just step on the pressure plate and it'll get knocked out of the ground. So now to get the ball rolling, I'm just going to bone meal all of this. And that's all there is to it, guys. This fella has barely harvested any at all, and he's already in the middle there getting some carrots for us. And remember, if you want to do a larger version with extra villagers, then build them right next to each other and knock out the wall. You can see that fella there's a little bit preoccupied with the guy in the other room. They're a bit too close, but if there's no wall in between them, they work just fine. But better yet, build a second one on top, because if he's 6 blocks above or so, then they're not going to see each other at all. So leave a like, guys, if you find this video useful. I'm Cortez Arena. See you later.